Let's do ACC. I think we disagree.
All right. We go to Charlotte. Clemson playing SMU. The Ponies are a 2.5-point favorite in this game. Are you surprised by that, Ari?
A little. Yeah.
Because that's the Stars Matter not mattering.
Yeah, but when's the last time you heard me say Stars Matter?
I know. Well, that's the thing. You have made a shift, but has Vegas also made a shift? Because this is when I feel like a year, if you do this year ago, 2 years ago, even if SMU's in the same conference back then, the Vegas would have looked at the recruiting rankings and be like, Clemson by 7.
Yeah. The thing about that is that like SMU's team is also built up with a bunch of like highly rated kids from Miami. And Clemson didn't really do much to improve their teams in the portal. So like the recruiting ranking situation here is a little bit muddied because SMU isn't a product of just recruiting rankings. But I don't know if SMU has played a team as good as Clemson since September or October, right? What's the last time they played a team as good as Clemson?
I say Louisville is probably the closest in terms of athlete for athlete, but Clemson is still
probably more athletic.
Even though Clemson lost to Louisville, I think Clemson would probably be a little bit better, just pure athlete for athlete. So
yeah,
that's.
And I'm wondering if Dabo Swinney's deep history of existing and playing in environments like this comes into play at all too. Because like SMU probably comes into this game feeling like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. And maybe that to a certain extent Clemson does too, because this is their like extra gift chance to make the playoff when they've been dead in this race seemingly for the last month or so. I think Clemson is more equipped at the moment to exist in these games. Does that mean they're going to win? Maybe not, but I will take the 2.5.
Download the app, use the code Staples when you sign up, play $5, get $50 instantly. Monday Night Football tonight. Oh boy. Bo Nix, baby. Are you a believer? Are you taking Bozempic? Jameis Winston. This is going to be a fun one. Nick Chubb against the Denver defense, which is pretty good. So the college football board is going to get populated later this week. But right now, we got NFL, NBA, college basketball, and of course, Monday Night Football. So Bo Nix, 224.5 passing yards against the Browns. What do you think is going to happen? Jameis Winston, will he eat the dub? 230.5 passing yards. More or less, you pick the square. You pick as few as 2 squares. The more squares you pick, the higher the potential payout. It's PrizePicks. Download the app. Use the code Staples. Play $5. Get $50 instantly. Yeah, my question for Clemson is how does Clemson get up off the mat after the South Carolina game? Because Clemson was in control of that game, it felt like, for a lot of the game. And then it got away at the end. So they need this. And I don't think, like, we were joking as Clemson was leading South Carolina on Saturday, like, Dabo's going to be insufferable after this because he's going to win this, and then Miami's going to lose, and they're going to go to the ACC Championship game, and they're going to get into the playoff. And I don't think he would. Listen, I've said this a bunch of times. With rev share coming, Clemson is going to be a player in the transfer portal going forward. They're going to take transfers starting this offseason. They're going to be back, I think, in terms of talent level. This may be the last time we see them where they are not one of the most talented teams in the country for a while. That said, I think SMU can beat them. I think SMU showed all season.
They can. Yeah, they can, for sure.
But SMU's been really consistent this year. You know, their one loss is to a good BYU team, and they barely lost that game. And it was early in the season where, you know, the SMU's first game in week 0, you know, they probably almost didn't win. But since then, they've gotten very consistent. They've been kind of mowing people down. So
I know we're not in moral victory mode, but do we feel good that Clemson played a 4-quarter game that they could have, maybe even should have won with South Carolina over the weekend? Or does that not register?
I expected them to play them tough. I didn't expect South Carolina to roll over Clemson. I did expect South Carolina to beat Clemson. But I thought Clemson would play them tough, and they did.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a good game. I don't know what's gonna happen. I've been talking about how SMU is the most underranked team and the most mistreated team in the field for a month now, and this is an opportunity for them to prove that that's the case. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'll take points when you have an experienced coach who has been here a lot with a team that I thought played pretty well on Saturday.
Are you hear that? Click, 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 click. You hear it? That's the Pony Express. Riding into the playoff with no debate necessary. Give me the Mustangs.
Love that. We did a carriage ride through Highland Park last night, and I heard that noise a lot. The click, 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 click. And then the fume of bowel movement in my face for an hour. It was great.
Well, I mean, look, you were right by SMU. You had a pony. I think you're picking Clemson because you're mad because that pony pooped in your general vicinity near SMU.
The SMU stadium is legitimately 5 minutes from my house. So, I'm in SMU mania right now. I might go to Burger House for lunch just to, pay homage.
Just to get the feelings. All right.